Hello everyone, this is the Mental Health for Life channel. At some point in life, everyone feels lonely or isolated. However, the loneliness felt by people with depression is much stronger and deeper than what healthy people usually feel. Today, we'll explain the loneliness that people with depression experience. Depression is an illness characterized by a low mood, but for some, it is felt as a deep sense of loneliness. This is because the feelings of depression and loneliness are very similar. Additionally, depression causes people to become more distant from the world, making them feel even more isolated. It's a vicious cycle, feeling lonely due to depression, which leads to even more isolation in reality, making the loneliness more intense. It's truly a painful experience, which can be described as hellish loneliness. The loneliness of depression is also accompanied by anxiety and fear. There may be chest pain, difficulty breathing, and panic attacks that make one feel like they might die if left alone. Even those who used to enjoy being alone might suddenly become afraid of solitude when depressed. For people with depression, loneliness is one of the most difficult symptoms to deal with. Now, let's look at 6 types of loneliness experienced by people with depression. Number 1. Loneliness from losing connection with society. People in recovery often lose connection with society, and their chances to interact with others shrink. There may even be days when they don't speak to anyone at all. While they might try to attend events to create social opportunities, a lack of energy makes it impossible to keep going. Even when friends invite them out of concern, they often decline, feeling ashamed of what they see as their pathetic selves. This clash between the desire to overcome loneliness and the painful reality of being unable to act makes the loneliness of depression even harder to bear. Number 2. Loneliness from being left behind by the world. Once someone develops depression, they may need years of recovery. During this time, they can't participate in society, making them feel left behind. Seeing others their age thriving on social media can be especially discouraging as it makes them feel pathetic. While everyone else moves forward, they feel stuck and miserable. Number 3. Loneliness from not being understood. When living with family, questions like when will you be able to work or how long will you need to take the medication often come up. While these questions may come from a place of concern, the person with depression is already deeply worried and may feel as though they're being judged as lazy or not trying hard enough. Even when they try to explain their illness, they often feel misunderstood. There's nothing more painful than feeling misunderstood by the people closest to you. Number 4. Loneliness from not connecting with people around them. Even when talking to others, it often feels like there's an invisible wall between them and everyone else. For some reason, they just can't connect on an emotional level. In group settings, they might feel left out while everyone else seems to enjoy themselves, leaving them feeling isolated. This can lead to the belief that no one understands their suffering, which invokes a sense of helplessness. As a result, social interactions become even more challenging, and the loneliness feels inescapable. Number 5. Loneliness from feeling unnecessary to the world. Depression can take away the ability to do things a person once could. For those who tied their sense of worth to their achievements, this loss can make them feel like they have no value or purpose. For instance, someone who took pride in their work may feel useless because they can no longer go to their job. A homemaker who once excelled at cooking might feel worthless because they can't manage it anymore. Days spent unproductively can leave them feeling like a burden, deepening their self-loathing. The sense of being unnecessary to society creates profound and painful loneliness. Number 6. Loneliness from constantly worrying by oneself. When depressed, people tend to ponder deep philosophical questions like why was I born or what is the purpose of life? They try to find answers to those unanswerable questions, and their minds are dominated by negative thoughts. It feels like walking alone through a never-ending tunnel with no way out. To escape the hellish loneliness of depression, it's crucial to address the underlying depressive mood. As the mood improves, small connections with the world can begin to form, helping to break the cycle of loneliness. Some people view themselves as uncool or a failure because they develop depression, and this makes them hesitant to seek treatment or use available resources. But having depression is nothing to be ashamed of. It's an illness anyone can experience, often a sign that you've been pushing yourself too hard. It's no different from a sports player taking time off to recover from an injury. Even if things are going well for others, it's important not to compare yourself to them or suffer in silence. The most important thing is to accept your illness and remind yourself, as long as I'm alive, I can make it through, approaching it with a relaxed mindset. This was the Mental Health for Life channel. If you liked this video, please subscribe and give us a thumbs up.